What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the video. I promise you're going to like this one. Got a brother coming on that did 20 years in prison. He's got a hell of a story. Stacy, I'm going to let you tell the people who you are and talk a little bit about you, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm from Miami, Florida. I'm from Liberty City, but I bounced around and I'm familiar with Florida. Miami is like the biggest part of Florida. At the end of the day, I grew up in poverty neighborhoods. I'm one of them kids that played sports with youth leagues and all that and wanted to do more. I played high school, junior varsity, never went past that. Had big dreams to go to the NFL. But at the end of the day, had a lot of trauma in my life growing up. My mom got killed by my half brother and sister mom. So at the end of the day, I've been going through a lot of traumatic stuff growing up in my life from the age of 2 all the way to the age of 12. So the end of the story is that I had to make a choice between the streets and school playing football. In the end, I made the worst choice of my life and joined the street life. 4 feet in, I was committed full time. But in the end, the backstory is everybody that I thought was down with the team, they all folded on me in the end. That's the moral of the story. You feel me?
I hear that. So tell the people, man, you ended up going to prison at the age of 20, right?
Yeah.
What'd you go to prison for?
Oh, man, I got a million armed robberies, second-degree murder. They gave me the second-degree murder charge because me and my co-D was robbing a Burger King, and we got in a big shootout with the manager and the police. He got shot. He died on the scene. So, me, I took all the money. I left the gun that he died with on the scene, which was my gun. But by that time, I was already in the shootout with the manager and the police, so I'm by myself. So I had to get back to the car. I ended up getting away. And I got away with the money and everything. So they gave me a murder charge, kidnappings, armed burglaries on regular stores. I didn't even know they could charge you with armed burglary if you go past the counter where only employees allowed. Because he robbed the manager for a watch. So once he did that, he went outside and took a personal item. So they gave me an armed burglary on opening business, which I tried to argue and fight at one time, but I couldn't get past it because we jumped over the counter. My main thing was robbing stores like Walmarts. Walmarts wasn't big like that back then. But I'm just giving you an idea, like a Publix, like Winn-Dixie. I don't know if Winn-Dixie exists up north like that, but I went from robbing regular people when I was like 15, and I upscaled it till I got tired of robbing regular people because I didn't know what they had in their possessions at the time. Like, people could lose their life because they ain't got enough money on them. So I decided to go with robbing stuff that got insurance to it where I could guarantee my money. I know I'm coming out with a couple of racks every time. And I'm 15 when I started. And I started the big scale stuff. So my moral was just going after anything got at least 5 bands or 10 bands in it or more. And that was my thing. That came my thing. So I had to build a team up, some solid dudes there who would follow the pattern. And that's how I started eating in high school. So that's when I made the choice full time to the street and put football to the side.
So you're out there robbing. You getting a shootout with the manager?
Yeah. That's the newspaper clipping I gave you. Yeah, so my dog got shot. We talking, you feel me? My baby mama lived down the street from where we robbing the Burger King at by the Palmetto in Miami. So like in the hood a little bit. So I like, bro, just run him up baby mama career, call the ambulance from there, you feel me? Because we all street dudes. So end of the day, we know the possibility is, hey, we could get caught, we could get killed. That's the outcome to this stuff, but the money good. So long as we follow the pattern, stay on track with how we do it every time, don't go outside of that guidelines. Whatever the guidelines I gave them, you got to stick to it. Nothing more, nothing less. What he tried to do was he tried to go back and get more bread. He dropping money bags, trying to come here, the police coming, so he dropping money back. I'm telling bro, leave the money bags done. You feel me? Don't worry about the money bag. We got enough. I hit the registers, he hit the safe. I let him hit the safe for the first time. That's what he wanted to do. So I let him do it for the first time because I should have never did. And he did terrible. He was back there too long for one. The second thing is you took something personal. I don't take nothing personal from nobody. My job is to steal from the establishment. I don't want nothing. I tell everybody to keep eating. Whoever in the drive-through, pull off. You feel me? This is our business right now with them. Nobody gonna get hurt. We're gonna leave with the bread. But he back there robbing petty junk, taking Omega watches. So he got me caked up with so many charges off what he was doing. But now he's dead. I'm stuck with everything that he did. You feel me? So when the manager shot him, Now the police pull up. Now I got a black 4.5, only got 8 shots. You feel me? My other gun inside the car. I got my homeboy around the corner with the hood up, acting like the emergency lights, like the engine on went down, something went wrong with the car. That was the play every time. Lift the hood up, you sit there after driver job, you stay with the car. We're gonna probably be like 4-5 blocks up something. We got to run. I'll make sure I ain't know just anything like that happened. We got a chance to get away. So the end of the story, the police come, I'm dumping at everybody, you feel me? So some little kids were skipping school, little middle school kids. So I grabbed them and hid behind them. You know how that go. You know, I feel bad now. I think about it for how I did the little boys. They could have got killed. But at the end of the day, man, it's like wrong place, wrong time. The only thing I know is I got to get back home. You feel me? To that bread. My homeboy dead. I got to explain that to my other homeboys, how that happened. Everybody keep their mouth shut. You feel me? So in the end of the story, I get away. I get to the crib. I don't pay the driver. I buck him. You feel me? Because he didn't really care about my homeboy getting killed. So into the story, I'm like, man, I'm all out war against anybody that went down with my team. You feel me? You ain't getting paid, and you already know what the play is after that. You feel me?
Let me ask you this. They hit your homeboy. How many times they hit him?
They popped me one time. So I think the dude got down. I went to trial for it. They said he got down in the kneel stance. So if the dude go to gun ranges. And he shot him through the lower back and the hollow point, like busting his heart. You feel me? That's why I couldn't realize how he died. Like, I'm like, damn, bro, only got shot one time. You feel me? Because he was talking to me, damn, bro, I think I got shot. That's how it happened. We in the parking lot. You feel me? Police pulling up. I'm trying to already take off running. I do something wrong, though, because he talking to me and he walking. He ain't trying to put no pep in his step. None of that stuff. So I'm like, damn, it's all on me now. I got to protect both of us now. You feel me? When the police jumped out, they all behind it, I'm start dumping at everything moving. You feel me? I ain't even hesitate, boy. I felt like if he gonna die, I ain't gonna lie though. Might sound crazy. I really wanted brother to die anyway because he was on probation. He just got out of goddamn prison, man. He just did a year and a day. You feel me? So my mindset is I never been to prison. Like I got a long regular juvenile program, 6 months. But my mindset is if this dude get caught, do he want to go back to prison? I never been in there. So I don't really know what the outcome is. I really wanted brother to die because I was like in the story, he might tell on me. You feel me? Because I know I'm going to come up out of this here. You feel me? And I did. And on the way they caught me was the sister knew us. So the sister went to point out the homicide, who he is. So they didn't know who I was. I'm always low key. And the dudes they went to were the dudes one of the dudes would have been the driver in the case. He got to my crib too late. So I called my Jamaican homeboy, bring his I don't rob nothing but legit cars, none of that stolen cars, none of that stuff. I feel like I gotta make it to the plate first, then get there legally with all these guns in the car and all that. Then we gonna do what we got to do. All that stolen cars, I mean, police get behind, they see 3-4 dudes in the car. Back in the 90s, like you gonna get pulled. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I want to get to the lake first, then handle my business. Then on the way going out, we ducking down. So if it's 3 of us make a robbery, right? 4 of us in the car. The dude that's driving ain't gonna look nothing like us, description, none of that. We're gonna make sure of that. And we make sure it's all clear boys. Clear boys, no window tint on the windows. I make sure of that. Because you got the window tint on the window, police get behind, they gonna pull the car anyway because they don't know how many bodies in the car. So I make sure every car I use, they gotta have clear boys. When the police can see straight through the car, they know we looking for 3 black male young suspects, but we only see 1 black male drive. And there ain't no fast car, we going a mile per hour. Ain't like the movies, trying to get there like you gonna get pulled. Because police can come from anywhere when they get that call over the scam. So I was real mature in the robbing game. I was like ahead of my time back then. And I was like, boy, getting to the bread, you feel me?
I hear you. So let's talk a little bit about this, right? I want people to understand what you're saying, that during this robbery, your homeboy gets killed and they charge you with murder, even though you didn't shoot him.
Listen, people need to understand that, boy, because I wish I would have knew laws before I even intervened in the crime. That's what people mess up at, when they think if I get locked up, you're going to hire an attorney, put some money to the side for an attorney. That's cool and all, but in the end, if you're going to really get both feet in them streets, you really need to know the damn laws for your city, your county, and your state. Not like you live in New York. You can't go off what's going on in Queens and all that in Brooklyn, because if you're not from there, their laws might be a little bit different from what you could do over here, what you can't do over there. And a lot of people don't know that. And then when they get jammed, they run to get a lawyer, but then they let the lawyer do all the work. They ain't doing no study, they ain't doing no homework. So me, when they charged me, I went on a run for 7 months. So while I'm on the run of 7 months, I got a little brother that was on that kind of stuff, like looking up stuff like that. So I taught him what to look up. And then I found out they legally could charge me while I'm on the run. I was trying to fight my case mentally while I'm on the run, like, damn, how they gonna charge me with a murder charge? Because when they got me on the news, they got people looking for me like I killed somebody. That's how bad it was. Like everybody in my hood thought I killed somebody. So when their mindset was, the news say, we looking for Stacey Lewis for armed robbery, armed burglary, armed kidnapping, and second-degree murder charge, and possession of a felony. I mean, commission of a felony with a firearm, because I ain't want no convicted felony. So I'm saying to myself that if I didn't know all this junk before I jumped out there in this field like this, which I thought I knew it all, like most young dudes do, think they know it all. You feel me? They got it all figured out. These people scared of me and all. At the end of the day, boy, the law ain't scared of you, boy. State attorney, prosecutors, judges, juries ain't afraid of you, boy. They coming there to do a job, and that's what it is. And if you don't know what you're doing in them streets, talking about they can't do that, you don't know what they could do and what they can't do unless you study that law, man. I wish a lot of young dudes really like stop leaning on lawyers and start picking up them law books or go online and pull up little laws, man, and learn what's going on before how you get pulled over, what they can do, what they can't. They need to, like, a lot of these young dudes need to fast-pace their life up because in the 90s we had it down pat. The 80s probably had it down pat too. Now, with technology, I can tell a lot of people just don't care. They think they can pay their way out of situations now. You feel me? And that's not cool to think like that. Like, I just go do 8 years, 15 years, 30 years. You feel me? Like, that's not cool because if you know from the beginning, out the gate, what you need to know and what you need to do and how to move out here, then in the end, it ain't bad going to jail and now you got your attorney coming to see you and you like, hey, man, I followed the guidelines on this. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that. Now you helping your lawyer out. You feel me? He not got to go from scratch. He got to do everything from scratch. He understand that my client is up on beat too, what's going on in the streets and with the law world. You feel me? And people need to understand that.
I feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're talking about. So you're 20 years old. You're walking into a state prison in Florida, right?
Yeah.
What's it like over there, man, for a young man walking into that system? I know it's a hell of a system over there, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I wasn't even worried about the inmates. It's them correction officers at the reception centers, not the main prisons. You know how you go to the reception centers? That's when they put down martial law on you, boy. You feel me? Anything you say wrong, anything you got slick sons, they knocking you down. They gonna smash you. You feel me? I was most scared of intake, just getting the intake, just getting into the basic part of prison. The goddamn, and I'm telling you, boy, when they came on that bus and they was like, hey, this is what it is, I thought they was trying to put fear in us, like burglary. You feel me? In the end, though, boy, I seen this take off. They got their little black gloves on. And I seen all the toughest guys that came out that county jail, like, in the county jail, like a lot of stuff could fly. Prison showed me, boy, it's different rules in here, boy. Like, they can punish you. You feel me? And get away with it. So that's why I had to learn the concept, boy, like, let me get in line with the correction officers first. I already heard about the inmates, but let me focus getting past this first about getting all naked, squatting, coughing, going through your hair, your ears, all, lifting your mouth up, feet up, and all that, butt cheeks opening up, squatting, coughing, all that. So that let me know then, boy, and now they got property lists. Never heard of this stuff, you feel me? Where they could take certain stuff that's not allowed in here. You got to send that home. So then you got to get past that first. That's like the hardest part to me. The inmate side of it is, if you've been doing time your whole life, it's like, I call it different faces in different places. You feel me? Like I met you before, just another guy I met. Y'all got the same personality, same character. Because most all criminals are kind of the same, the way they move in an isolated area. So I already knew how to deal with that. You feel me? I was just stuck on, plus I had 55 years. So my mindset was, like, I ain't really got nothing to lose anyway. I came in with a mentality like who finna get it first? Because at the end of the day, I caught a case in 2001, I almost killed the dude in there. You feel me? Because I already knew that you can't play with dudes in here. That maximum security, One dude, you can't let nothing slide. They ain't know I'm gonna let that slide because I'm working on my case and all that. You know, people gonna say that sounds stupid. You need to focus on your case and go home. Sometimes some dudes in there boy ain't gonna let you try to go home. You feel me? So you gotta have the mentality. This is where these dudes live at. That's the concept I came with. They live here. You feel me? I'm coming to their world. I just came from the streets, from the county jail, court system. These dudes been in here 20, 30 years. I even thought about coming in here. Their mindset is way different from mine. So I can't come in here on no gangster junk off the dribble. Everybody got knives, you feel me? How they got razors on toothbrushes, how they got combination locks and socks, how they canteen bags. Like I seen so many weapons, you feel me? How they breaking the fence off, making little rebars and getting the rebars and all that. So I said to myself, I'm gonna sit back and watch them. You feel me? I ain't gonna come in here trying to act gangster. I ain't gonna try to, cause this they world. And if you ain't know that, cause I did time in other states too. That's why I kind of won't beat on stuff like that. I did time in Maine and I did time in Rhode Island. So the end of my mindset is I'm not going in an area that's very unknown. And like I'm gonna bring my same mentality from the street in the county jail. Like I run this. Like y'all gonna know what like the movies do. They get you find one dude to just do this. Nah, man. Because that one dude you don't know who he know. You don't even know who he is. You feel me? Trying to get brownie points and trying to make a name for yourself. Well, So I sat back. I let everything come to me. You feel me? And the way I went in, I didn't come in like all that mean mug on my face. I came in settled because I already know what dudes. See, one thing about the old heads in the county jail that did time before, they gonna lace all the young dudes up. Hey, this when you go, this what you do. Hey, this what you do. Stay away from homosexuality, stay away from gambling, and stay away from that TV. Those are the 3 rules they gave before I went. So I already knew I'd never been, but now I know. Sit back and watch with this, and like the whole dormitory is like a movie. I ain't gotta watch, so I start watching TV off the dribble. That's sports. You feel me? And because sports overrule in prison should be everywhere. And so that's my thing now. I like to gamble. But gambling like individuals, I sat back, seen all the drama behind that. You sit back, watch dudes get raped. Don't wonder why they're getting raped, because people could see something in you. Like, I don't know what it is, but I ain't in that field on that side of that world. But I noticed all the booty bandits in prison, when they target a dude, 99% of the time, they know that dude either gonna be quiet, he ain't gonna do nothing about it after, or he gonna check in and still be quiet about it because he got his manhood to be quiet. So my motto was, I walk by people's rooms, you feel me? Never look in. Just in case a dude getting raped, getting killed, ain't my business. I ain't going to get no police. I'm going to my room and lay down and read a book. You feel me? I know this dude down there getting killed. I know this dude down there getting raped. But people that never been through these situations, they don't understand that it ain't like the streets. You call 911, you go get help. Because see, them correctional officers, you already know the play. They kind of like violence. You feel me? They let a lot of this stuff go on. You feel me? So now, it's just like being on the block. You can't be a rat. So same way enough. You think you helping that, so you can't come a rat in that either trying to help somebody out. The only way you really can help somebody out in maximum security in my world, that's how I'm looking at it. If it's your homie and I'm a ride with him, you understand what I'm saying? It's not, I'm going to get the police because he stabbed all up. You understand what I'm saying? I see my dog wet all up, he bleeding bad, you feel me? Like they know they use lawnmower blades. I see dudes in Texas hanging out, dude holding their Texas walking. But that's my homie. I already got my knife on me. I was on the yard, buried somewhere, and I got more little spots on the compound too, by flower beds and all that. So my instinct gonna be to dig my knife up and try to find out what happened. So I ain't thinking about, oh man, go get the police, correction officer, see what happened. See, everybody got to learn how to move in them. You gotta think about, I'm 20 years old. They done gave me a bald head. So now I look like a real little kid. Then in Florida, they cut all your facial hair off. You feel me? You got to have a shaving pad. Shaving pad, you only get a shaving pad if your face crunch up like Nestle Crunch. You feel me? And if you can't crunch like Nestle Crunch, you got to use that razor every day. Florida don't play that junk. You feel me? And the highest your hair could grow is 2 inches. You feel me? And your face, if they tell you run your ID across your face and they hear any kind of like ruffle, oh, go back to that dormitory, man. You can't eat until you shave. You feel me? So at 20 years old, I learned to move like the streets. And this ain't my block. I don't care if I run my block, my projects. You feel me? But at the end of the day, and I go inside somebody else's projects or block, I ain't gonna move any kind of way. Understand? I already came with the intentions that I'm looking for somebody and I'm at that point. But other than that, it's just like the streets, man. The way you move, the way you gotta think. You feel me? And the main thing in there is respect. That's the main thing because everybody's a killer enough. That's how I look at it. I do the same thing since I've been free now. I look at every individual as a killer. I don't care if they 5 feet tall, 4'11", because at the end of the day, you're going to be slipping. You're going to be sleep. Those roll. You got to be up every time the doors roll. You go in a child, dude can stab you right in front of the police. They call that checking in. I call that survival. So you got to move with emotion and maximum security in a way that just because I got 55 years and he got 10 years, he won't kill me. No, he's trying to go home for them 10 years. He doesn't maximum security. But at the end of the day, he'll kill me too and add time to his sentence. I'll never go home again. Just to make a point that I did respect him. You already know you've been in the dude to kill you by the ramen noodle soup. Well, we out here giving the kids and all that.
I want to ask you something. I want to ask you about the incident in 2001. You said you almost caught another case. What happened?
I caught one. Aggravated battery detainee. You feel me? Try to rob the Hispanic dude for some weed. You feel me? He ain't want to give it up. I'm young and dumb. You feel me? About 24. You feel me? I messed the dude all up. Listen, they took it to outside court. See, that's how I knew the way I was moving. I started moving with the flow of what everybody else was doing when I came there. I was around my age that been in there before me. Probably came from juvenile prisons. Now they in the duct system now. You feel me? Because at their age now, they were wilding at juvenile prison, so they just upped them on up. They're 18 now and pushed them over to. So now around people that's my age, and I'm thinking this the way. So at the end of the day, my homeboy came and got me like, hey man, dude got some weed, man. He don't want to give me none, man. So you know my mentality is take. Now I got my feet on. I done been down 4 years now, so I feel like I know what's going on. I know the system of prison. So at the end of the day, I felt like this is how we gonna do it. We ain't even gonna rap with them. We just gonna take it. We just gonna beat them, and that's how we gonna do it. So I go get some hair clippers at the barbershop. You feel me? I ain't even use a knife. I use hair clippers, bro. Got the hair clipper. I wrap them around my hand. I'm chilling. He ain't see him. You feel me? Watching TV. I'm standing up. I said, I'm gonna pop off on him, man. It was like a form of disrespect. Like, it wasn't even about the weed. It was about my homeboy came and got me. Feel like the dude tried him. Like, he trying to act like he ain't got weed. It's petty as hell. Now I'm older than that, looking back at all this junk. Petty as dude almost lost his life. You be sitting there watching TV, I caught him. You feel me? And we got at that boy. I'm swinging them clippers, boy. I see nothing but that boy's skin coming off. You feel me? In the end of the day, dude told he would have been a Latin king. Bro, when it told, I thought he was going to get his brothers. It's going to play out like that. So you know how that go when you go through with gangs and you ain't affiliated. You know, Miami back then was the biggest thing in Florida prisons. Gangs ain't run nothing. Miami ran everything. You feel me? Because we the most dudes in prison in Florida. Still is. Now gang banging kind of decided to have to separate it a little bit, divided the whole thing. Now they got to make a choice rather they brothers of Miami. Now you feel me? But back then, man, they killed that dude. So what I did was, the dude that came and got me, he dead now. But my little homeboy, I said, bro, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna take the charge for all y'all. I said, I'm fucked up, bro. They had like 30 years. The other one had like 15 or 20 years. It was 3 of us. So I ain't think they're gonna push the issue that much. I felt like they looked at it as, it's prison. When you go back to them fucking outside courts, you gotta go to outside court in whatever county you was in. You feel me? So the benefit of me was I was at South Florida Reception Center getting transferred to 01. So that saved me. So I went back to my county jail. You feel me? I'm going back flip. I'm in my backyard again. They had me way up there in goddamn Washington, C.I. in Carabel, Florida by Panama City. I'm like 11, 12 hours away from my house. So I was like kind of glad to go to Reception Center that happened like that. You feel me? So, but it was a learning experience to me though that let me know that a charge in prison, that same charge don't carry the same time like on the street. They didn't know that. They said, oh, you got aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. They said, oh, in prison, it come a first-degree felony from a second-degree felony. You facing 30 years, all three of us. So I like, bro, I'm going to take that for y'all, man. I said, I got 55, bro. I probably ain't never going to the crib anyway. You feel me? So I said, hey, man, I did all that, man. What that dude saying, I did everything, da-da-da. And plus, I was on site, man, so I was trying to play the little bug role and try to take it for them boys, you feel me? Because I felt like this my life now. I live here. I'm like everybody else when I was thinking when I first came at 20 that I'm just passing through. Nah, I live here now. I'm down 4 years now. This is my house. Everybody got to come visit me for Thanksgiving. Like they got to come to my house. My house is prison. They got to come through the prison gates, long Vizzo lines, driving 1,000,000-mile rental cars and all that. You feel me? So at the end of the day, that I had to learn that can't happen no more. Because now I'm really starting to learn law and all that. Now I'm stuck with 20 years. I took a 20-year plea bargain for that shit. And that shit only carried 15 goddamn years on the street as a second-degree felony. I took 20 years as a deal just to get it over with. Luckily, it ran a concurrent to my other sentences. And that's how I ended up doing 21 years because they didn't run my sentence coterminant to doubt my other cases when I gave all my time back. So now I got to do an extra year because my damn lawyer didn't say, boom, all jail credit from day one. They gave me jail credit from goddamn 2001 to goddamn 2018. You see what I'm saying? So now I had to do a goddamn, I ended up with a 20-year sentence all together. And now I got to do an extra goddamn year because this lawyer, I ain't know the law. You feel me? That's why I say a lot. You got to remember a lot. You got to see a lot. You got to understand all the mess ups, bro.
Stacy,
retract all that everything you boo-booed in, you got to correct it in the long run. You feel me?
Let me ask you this. So you're in there doing your own law work on that original case. Do you get that original case overturned? Do you get a reduction? What happens with the original case?
Okay, this is what I did. I fought all sentence reductions, all 3.800 A's. See, that was my thing. See, I didn't know about law too good. I tried to file some habeas corpus on my own. They get denied, I just quit. I don't push it to the feds. I don't push it to the appeal courts. I don't even push it to the Supreme. I just felt like if the lower courts batted down or the appeal courts batted down, I just gave up because everybody was always in your head that they ain't trying to let you go, man. They always deny you, man. You're going to get tired of going to legal mail, seeing your junk get denied. So what I did was I found out my second-degree murder charge, they actually charged me as a first-degree murder. Didn't even know all this stuff. My lawyer didn't even catch all this. That's how I know all it was down with the plate. They gave me a paid lawyer, but the paid lawyer was paid by the state. You know about the pro bono lawyers they give you. They got to take multiple cases a year, pro bono. So they gave me a guy, he's a real lawyer, but he probably getting $1,500 for a case worth 50 or 100 grand. You feel me? So he ain't going that hard unless he really care about his name, the winners and losses. That's the only way. So this dude didn't even know that. They charged me with a goddamn first-degree murder charge, and I'm sitting in prison with 32 years off the first case my co-D got killed on. So my second case I went to trial for was an armed robbery for a general nutrition center store. You feel me? So they got me for that. They had my co-D coming back to court on me on that jive up. And he didn't get on the stand though, but he came back. But he already implicated me, so that was enough. So they ended up giving me 23 years for that case. I lost again. So they ran it consecutive. So now I'm stuck with 55 years. So now I'm like, damn, boy, they just doing me any kind of way. So they're like, okay, for your next 4 cases, we're going to give you, other armed robbery, we're going to give you 20 years. I turned it down at first. You feel me? That's why I went to trial on the General Nutrition Center robbery. I was like, man, check this out, man. Y'all done banned me for 32 years. I can't see past 32 years. You feel me? I want to go and give me the whole shebang. So I went to trial out of spite. He offered me 20 years for the rest of my cases, running concurrent to the 32 years. I was just a young dummy, you feel me? Against the goddamn judicial system, like the government was against me, like they were specifically running it. And the whole sentence happening, every nationality, every race, this goes on to everybody. You feel me? But in your mind, you only know from how you grew up, and you thinking that's what you know. You think that's what it is. No, man. The goddamn laws apply to everybody. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, others, or Indians, whatever the hell you is. You get jammed, you got to fight them goddamn same case laws like everybody else to get to that career. You feel me? So that would save me those 3.800s, all the legal sentences, because the 23-year sentence, come to find out, the jury found me guilty of robbery with non-deadly weapon, and kidnapping with no weapon. They took me to trial for armed robbery on the nutrition center store. So with a firearm. Then they took me to trial on the same case for armed kidnapping. The dude never seen the gun. I knew that because I was dumb. I wasn't one of them young guys telling my lawyer, nah, man, I ain't do it, man. You got to fight pretty hard. I told him straight up, I did. I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to the trial. I'm going to tell you where they land at and where we could beat them at. So long story short, how I get them is the dude in my own deposition said, I had a nine or something, a black nine, a gray nine or some junk. Whatever he said, silver nine, some junk. I know I had like a black nine. You feel me? But I know he never seen the gun. Because the way the register is and the counter is, I always put the stuff on the counter. Me and my homeboy, I always keep a pocket full of money. You feel me? So they see the money, everybody relax. You know, we might little hood and all that, gold teeth and all. So at the end of the day, I knew how to do it. You pull out money, people relax. Okay, they got bread. They just look wild. So once they open that register, put both hands, open that register up, I'm already around the corner. I got the gun to bruh head. So I know he never seen the gun. I told him to get down, you feel me? Then I picked him up, took him in the bathroom, put like a little oxygen tank in front of the door. So I got kidnapped, got moved from one place to the other, which was cool though, you feel me? But when I got my lawyer to argue, hey man, that dude never seen no gun. That dude don't know if I had a fake gun or not. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I started learning the law a little bit. But it still was in the jury hands. I never knew, bruh. The jury goddamn gave me a lesser included offense from the armed robbery with a firearm and an armed kidnapping with a firearm. They gave me goddamn plain kidnapping and goddamn robbery with non-deadly weapon. So now the judge knew this too. He gave me 23 goddamn years, the max, running consecutive, a black judge, man. Now I got 55 years. Now I still got 3 armed robbery cases out there for a gas station, a McDonald's, and some other junk. I had to go from another county for a discount auto part robbery. You feel me? Bryan County. So at the end of the day, they tried to give me a deal. I thought about it. He gave me a week this time. I'm going to give you a week. Luckily, I thought about it. And you won't even believe this. I get to prison. When I get to prison, the appeal courts lawyers for the public defender people, you know, they kind of good. That's what they good in. They're not good in going to trials. They good plea bargaining lawyers. That's all they good for. But they good in appeal circle. So they give me a paid goddamn attorney. And the paid attorney was a white Jewish dude. He wrote me a letter like, hey, I'm your lawyer. You got blessed. The public defender office appeal lawyers was all booked. So they gave you a real lawyer. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? I kept reading the letter. Bro say, I already wrote the judge and got a transport order in. You finna come back right now for a legal sentence on your 23-year sentence. The most they gave you was 6 years. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So we get in there, 7.5, like 7 years and 5 months. That's how it went. And we get in there, the state was like, they were like, we didn't do our numbers yet. My lawyer say, listen, these are the numbers, 7.5, just chill. So the judge come in like, hey, y'all got y'all numbers together? What do Lewis go out to? So the state was like, I ain't had time to prepare for a trial. Blessings on blessings. My lawyer say, so we're going to go to recess real quick and come back. You won't believe the state attorney came out with 6 years, 6.07, like 6 years and 7 days. You feel me? The real numbers was 7.5. You feel me? So my lawyer was like, that's correct. I knew from then on, that's going to come my best friend, that white Jewish lawyer, boy. I knew it, boy. You feel me? And that's the dude that I did everything on my own in there. Then I hired him to be my mouthpiece and put it in the right grammar form. You feel me? Because the body got to be right. You put one thing wrong, you get denied. And you can have the right argument, right cases and all. You feel me? So I already knew in my mind, this the guy. I paid that dude one time after that. I think I paid him $1,300. He got me back again to give back the murder charge. The murder charge that was illegal. He been told me it was illegal. Like, yeah, they gave you a level 10. That supposed to have been a level 9 offense. I'm like, boy, ain't this something, boy? How they do you, boy? If you don't do your homework, you just sitting in prison rotting away, boy.
For sure.
Feel me? After all the denials from all the appeals.
It happens all the time, man. Dudes are in jail and don't even have a clue that they could be out. But, let's talk a little bit about that prison system, though. I want to talk a little bit about what it's like to be in Florida. I've seen pictures, with social media now. I've seen some wild, wild things happening in Florida, man. People getting stabbed, people getting deuced out, whatever they call it down there. I mean, what is it like, man? Is it dangerous in there?
Man, listen, boy. That junk, I'm gonna tell you why it's dangerous. The gangs are big. See how New York, y'all been big with gangs. Florida is new. And you got all these chapters of blood and sex, they beefing with each other. And listen, boy, these dudes will rob you for the petty, because you know K2 is the biggest drug down there. And K2 is very addictive, you feel me? Gangs don't supposed to mess with K2, they're supposed to mess with marijuana. That's one of their laws. But you got the sex, got OGs, they got the wildcats, you feel me? And those the guys you got to watch, boy. When I tell you people that dying about the cell phones, boy, cell phones, chains, tennis shoes, long johns, and sweaters. You feel me? Because you might just let them have it. Because see, prison in Florida now is numbers. It used to be, remember I said it used to be counties where you were from, Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, Palm Beach, Jacksonville, Orlando, stuff like that. It ain't like that no more. Now it's numbers now. Who got the biggest numbers? Who got the biggest game? And every prison different, because every prison you go to, like prison, I'm gonna tell you real talk though, man. Florida prison on the gang wars, man. There's so many killings because they don't know the real laws. That's a fact. You feel me? They listen to other people that probably come from New York and they tell them this how it's supposed to go up under that set name, the Billies or this or whatever it is. And east side this, East Piru, West Piru. And I see dudes in there switching sides. They ain't getting killed. Like, you can't switch sides. You can't go to one camp that got east side Piru bigger than west side Piru. They be beefing between each other. They don't even get along. Not even including the Crips, the GDs, the Latin Kings, the MS-13. Now they got MS-13s all in our prison. You feel me? So now it's like, you ain't in the game, your mouth and your word don't even hold no weight. You feel me? So when I started seeing that transitioning over like that, dudes getting killed enough, I said, you know what?
You signed up. Did you sign up?
Huh?
I said, did you sign up for a gang?
Yeah, that's the best. That's no, not me, but that's your best bet though. If you coming off the street and you young and you got a bid to do, you better join the gang, bro. You ain't gonna make it in Florida prison because it's new. And it's old to y'all in New York, California, Georgia, all the other states. New Jersey, it's old. It's new in Florida, so it's everything trying to make a name for their gang. They killing dudes for no reason. Police giving dudes a pack of cigarettes, go kill a dude. You feel me? Crazy junk, you feel me? It don't make sense, but I understand. You got to evolve with the times. You feel me? You can never get stuck in town like this how prison used to be, like the streets. You can't say the streets should stay the same like the 90s and all that because they have morals and principles. Young dudes gonna keep rechaptering every lifestyle. 10 years, every 10 years, decade going by, is new information getting put in the streets, is new morals and principles they gonna stand on as a foundation. They gonna believe the same thing with the gangs. Listen, man, they got gangs members with homosexuality. Like, I don't even know how that even flies down there. But I see some OGs that stand firm on that, though. You can't be in they set or you gonna get 11.